أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حسبنا الله حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Usman, don't touch. Stand there. Okay. Any questions anyone has? Different kind. Kind that is for this is international version, not local version. Yes.
Bismillah. If someone is going through difficult time or like family losses, and they're sad inside, but they're thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they're feeling sad inside, is that hypocrisy or?
No, it's not hypocrisy. We are humans. We are weak. We are not other ones who say, no. The best way for a human to be is to completely not feel anything, not think anything, to be nothing. It is not that. You understand? Because look to see now. You go through certain things, say a family loss, someone in your family has passed away. And are you supposed to not feel anything? You feel that it's okay to feel sad, you have to feel sad. It is very understandable, it is very normal. You know, you have faith to say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. But there is still that human part of you that is losing something that you love. You understand? Did the Holy Prophet ﷺ feel sad when his wife Siti Hatija passed? He did. Did he feel sad when his uncle passed? Abdul Muttalib. Yes, he did. Did he feel sad when his sons, and he had sons which are known to us, that they passed? Yes, he was sad. Was he sad when his uncle Hazrati Hamza passed? Yes, he was sad. Alhamdulillah, we're following such a prophet. He is a human prophet. You understand? That we are not following someone who says, no, I become completely cold. I'm not supposed to feel anything. Everything is transient. Everything is passing. Everything. No. You feel sad. But now, as believers, we take that and we immediately put it to Allah. Meaning what? We feel sad, but we don't take it to an extreme. We don't become that sadness to be the only feeling that we have. We are sad. We don't take it to extreme, which is why mourning in Islam, it is forbidden. Mourning as in what? You're crying and you're wailing, you're crying, you cry. And there are traditions in almost every religion that you have to have that. It doesn't mean that the Muslim doesn't feel sad, that there is no mourning period. There is a mourning period. What is it that we are doing? 3 days, 7 days, 40 days, isn't it? Then 70 days. These are mourning periods. What does that mean, mourning period for us? We mourn, meaning what? We think about the death. And we think about Allah. We think about our death. And we think about Judgment Day. So the loss is not just something that is in front of you and you say, why is this happening? I don't have that which I love anymore and I feel sad. No. You take it and you connect it to something which is much bigger than you or that person, into something that is real. So there is a mourning period. But that mourning period doesn't mean now that you're going to cry non-stop. You're going to go crazy. That there are so many other ways, other traditions. It becomes a ritual. That it becomes just that. It's an action, but there is no real intention. Some, they even would pay people to cry at funerals, isn't it? Sometimes they put it in Islam too. This is wrong. Paying people that is first time I saw it, I was a kid, and I said, is this crazy? These people, they don't know who this one is. They don't care, but they are professional criers. They have been paid to cry. In their profession, they study years how to cry properly. Long cry, short cry. I'm not kidding you. There is a whole science to it. And I would say nobody thinks that this is weird. You know, they wear different clothes, and so this is all about show, to make a show. So now we are sad, but we cannot make a show. There is a mourning period where, because the passing of someone, we have to be sad because we lost that person, but we have to enter into the reality of what that loss means, meaning that we have to look and use that person's passing as an example of what's going to happen to us, as a lesson for us. Meaning we have to look at that death as a reality, as the ultimate reality that is going to happen to you, whether you're a believer or unbeliever. Death is going to happen to you. That is a reality, so prepare for it. Prepare for that threshold. Death is just a threshold. You're going to pass through it into the real world. That's what Hazrat Ali is saying from the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Man, he is sleeping. When he dies, he will wake up. So now we are all sleeping. So we're going to wake up. So when a person in front of us is going through that, we must wake up a little bit, at least. Not to fall back into more ghaflat and to be more in a drunk situation by not connecting what that passing meant to our life. So now we're going to look at the death. We're going to prepare. We cannot hate it. We are not a nation that hates death. You understand? So death, it is a death. It is a funeral. We're not like other traditions where when a man dies, the whole funeral, I'm looking, is this a party or is this a funeral? Is this a dead body or is this a live body? If anything, they want to make sure that death is nothing. There's no such thing as death. It's just a continuation of the life that they want to have in this world, but better. That's not death. So nobody understands death. Nobody understands death. So you haven't come a long way since the time of Firaun. Firaun, they are buried with all their things that they want, isn't it? They say they're even buried with their slaves, with their gold, with everything, saying that next life is going to continue just like this. It is not. The next world is completely different. It is like the baby that is in the mother's womb, rahim, not womb, in the mother's womb, in the rahim of the mother, and is going to enter into a new world and say that somebody is saying to him, you know, you're going to pass through the next world and you're not going to have water around you, you're going to have air. They say, what? No, I don't like that. My life after this will continue the way that I want it. So he's preparing to come out from his mother with bags of water. We're going to enter into another world that is completely different from this world. And are we preparing for that? Those who hate death, who makes the funerals of their loved ones, that it is anything but death. They're just sleeping. They look so peaceful. They are sleeping. Meanwhile, they're putting poisons into they're draining the blood, they're pumping poison, they're cutting the tendons here and there to make a person to smile. They're putting makeup, they're cutting. It's a whole show. It's a whole industry. There's nothing for show. And it's not showing death. It's not making a person to wake up. It's making a person to hate death, to run away from death. That when death is mentioned, in so many religions, when death is mentioned, they say, God forbid. What do you mean, God forbid? He made it halal. He didn't make it haram. Everyone, not only halal, it is obligation. It's not only halal, it is wajib. It is farz for everyone to die. That one of the reasons why Hazrat Isa alayhi salam is going to return to this world is to taste death. Every nafs must taste death. That's why the Sufis, people in Tasawwuf, we want to die before we die. To make our nafs to die before we have to go through the death. So we are not a nation that hates death. We are a nation that is loving the real world, not this fake world. And death, it is a doorway to that. While we are in this fake world, we obey Allah, we obey His Prophet, we obey His Messenger, the rightly guided leaders, and we do good to each other. We uphold the laws and the justice to make this world to become a just world for people to live, not to run after this world also. So, yes, it is natural to feel sadness, but we don't make that sadness into an idol that we start worshipping. In that way, everything will come to a balance, to a full circle, inshallah rahman. This much is enough. Wa min Allahu tawfiq.